Yo, YouTubers, my fellow subscribers, good morning. um, as y'all know, last night, I have to give one of the most things, I'm very tired actually, um, to our dedication video. And I just slightly modified the video from, this morning, woke up with a bit of a sinus infection. I didn't talk much in my video last night because it was a special dedication video that went out to somebody very special to me. And today, wow, my hair's a bit flat. Got a shower. I was a little lazy doing my hair, styling it up. So I'm going to leave it flat for today. So today on the agenda, and the reason why I'm actually on live right now, is actually the funniest thing. In spite of all the confusion on my YouTube channel, I want to give you, first off, I do have to say this, and I'm not taking credit for a video I've seen, and I know some of you are familiar with Filthy Frank, and I know sometimes, like, I love watching his shows and stuff, but I want to bring up a topic, and it's kind of funny, and for me personally, I have nothing against people who cosplay as, like, any anime character they so desire. Hey, that's all fine and good. And I give a kudos to them that cosplays their favorite Japanime characters. For me, I don't have a set Japanime character. I'm more neutral. I actually had liked Inuyasha and a few like older Japanime like Akira and Demon City, Shinjuku, Grave of Fireflies, and so on. And the other thing, today, I also wanted to mention, and I'm like I said, I'm got a little bit of a sinus infection. It's this time of year for the allergies. I've been doing on and off. I don't just video game on my channels. And the other thing too is, I know if some of you got the screenshot of Honey licking her crotch the other day when I was playing Dark Souls 3. Well, that was the cat. Unfortunately, that's not something I would really, really try to bring up about my own cat licking her crotch. As a matter of fact, she's sleeping right next to me. Earlier this morning, going back to what I was saying, I was checking out my channel, and it's funny. I'm not going to talk about too much about my channel. I should have specified it. The thing I will say, a while ago, when I first signed up on YouTube, it was interesting, because all my friends did it. But I want to bring up something about live streaming, and this came to my attention a couple nights ago. My friend Bruno, who doesn't film on YouTube, but has, some of you might know him as Darkanos for Twitch. Well, what had happened was he had a problem, and I want to put this out there because if somebody is playing like Dark Souls 3 and makes a character of their own liking, regardless of what color the character is, what background, I know these are sensitive times for some people who haven't learned to grow up over the fact that, let me jump back to what I'm saying here, because my friend Bruno is Hispanic. And there's some people on Twitch who made a big stink about his Dark Souls 3 character. I don't know if any of you have watched his videos on Twitch. But, apparently, you know, Dark Souls 3, any type of game you play, really, any game you broadcast or you live stream, and you make a character of your own liking and choosing, sometimes it's best not to think of somebody else differently, because if they make a character that's black, or they make a character that looks Asian or white or whatever, you don't really go onto their channel and you don't really insult them or call them a racist, a bigot, and what have you down the line. And I'm putting it out there for any of my fellow subscribers or any of the viewers. When you make a game or you have a video game you're playing and you create your own character in certain games, feel free to make whatever you want. I'm putting it out there because my fellow subscribers, the ones that are loyal, and the ones who do game, or the ones that are my viewers who game, you're free to make any character you want. Unfortunately, that's not the main thing that's been on my mind. As you well know, after those 59 people and 500 wounded in Las Vegas, this is something I want to bring up. My deepest condolences to the families. I'm actually quite appalled and quite shocked about the mass shootings that have been taking place, not just in Vegas, but all over. I'm also, I'm lost for words. This is something that I would never, ever see happen. Apparently, people have, are starting to abuse the Second Amendment, and all these shootings that have been taking place are becoming an end result. And part of the problem is that our senators, or I shouldn't say senators, I would say the GOP, half of them still have their heads up their asses, while the other half of the GOP wants to do something. Half of the GOP wants to work with the Democrats to stop this, all this stuff that's been happening with the mass shootings. However, that being said, it's going to happen regardless. But for anybody who's not stable mentally, should not even be carrying a gun. I think, to be perfectly honest with you, some of these GOP Republicans, they don't see a problem with a mentally ill person carrying a gun. They don't see a problem with that at all. The NRA, they don't see a problem with it either. The problem is, if you're going to get a gun, you're supposed to be background checked before anything. For crying out loud, in Connecticut, going back a few years, we had a shooting here in Sandy Hook. And everybody knows about what happened there. And the stuff that happened back in Florida with the gay club, the gay nightclub. But it's funny how not only was the gay nightclub in Florida where a bunch of gay people, gay, lesbian, and bi, and even trans people were shot there. It's funny how anybody goes to a concert, and it's funny how Vegas, you can carry your weapon out in the open. Now, versus the East and the West. in certain parts of this country that there's certain laws that they're okay. For an example, Texas, you go to Texas and you trespass, or someone trespasses, you have the right to kill them. In Vegas, Nevada, you can actually carry your weapon out in the open. Now, given the different states have different laws, that's fine. But apparently, these mass shootings, they have to stop. I kind of know it's not the best wish to say or anything, but even if we got rid of them, these mass shootings, there's still going to be more. The other thing that has happened, now, rumor is that there's some laws being passed to try to control the gun control issues, but also they're trying to also pass a law about the gerrymandering of votes. And and I don't like to normally say this because it's not something of my importance, but to the families who've lost their loved ones in Las Vegas, to the people who got shot, I give my deepest, for the families that have lost their relatives in the shooting, these 59 people, I give my deepest condolences. To the people, the 500 people that are wounded, some who are critical and some who aren't, I really do feel for you. I know, and then the other thing I also want to bring up is what happened to Puerto Rico, which, of course, Puerto Rico, being part of a U.S. territory, which I do not want to slander the name here, but Cheeto in charge, he doesn't want to help the people in Puerto Rico, and they have nothing. They have really nothing right now. That part of Puerto Rico had gotten pretty much annihilated. It's ground zero. It's going to take 10 years before Puerto Rico's even rebelled. And President Orange Boy not doing shit for them, I think is really one of the appalling things that I can even remotely imagine. So, it's not a really bad thing to talk about it, but just, the thing is, it's just, I'm not gonna point fingers that everybody's all good or, everybody's bad. I'm not doing this on this channel. I'm just only saying that because of everything that the majority of the American people didn't want, and then the small percentage that people lied and cheated their way in, it's like that number 45's freaking, his entire administration starting to jump left and right, abandon ship, which I think is kind of funny, but at the same time, I also think that, and the God's honest truth, I shouldn't say think, I know, and the God's honest truth is, he wasn't even fit to be in office. The people who actually voted, people who voted for him were thinking, they praise him as some kind of God. But the reality is, the minorities now are pretty much going to be the white Christian radicals who are now going to be ostracized from the community, from their own society, to be honest, and religion. And, but the damnedest thing, I'm just going to try to keep this as a short video, and I know I've been going over a little bit more. I've always seen it as a people who voted for this creature in office. I mean, and then when people voted for Barack Obama and he got in office, I mean, how ironic is it when Republicans, anybody who felt opposed with a black man as president, they actually burnt effigies on a tree. Now, the ironic thing is, those who burnt the effigies on the tree when Obama was in office, when you burnt each effigy, it considers a sign of bad luck. And I think, and I just realized the whole thing, which is funny, but not funny, is, well, the good side here, well, let me get to the bad side. The bad side is we're having mass shootings. That's the bad side of it. The good side, we're watching the GOP fail miserably on their asses. I mean, they're the ones that actually burnt the effigies on this tree when Obama was in president. And also look at the white supremacists. Now there's talk that they're starting to have their own internet thing going on. For what? Oh wait, I forgot. Their publishing company online had gotten taken off. Well, you know what? Boo-hoo, cry me a river. But, you know, in spite of everything that's been going on, I mean, I'm at that point now where I'm numb. But at the same time, I'm disgusted to how things have been going. And hopefully that maybe at one point that we'll see a better unity come through. Hopefully, you know, they're predicting by the early of 2018 that number 45 will be removed in office. And if that happens and the administration gets removed from office, then let it be. I mean, you people might, you know, some of you people who voted for this guy, you know, you're probably going to go out in retaliation and try to do something really stupid with the government. Hey, good luck, because I've seen people do something stupid against the government and they got shot at and killed. But I just want to get my condolences out there, you know, for the families. This hate, all this crap that's been going on has to stop. And, you know, and this is why we're a third world country now, because of what the uneducated people had voted for. What they have done. And all of a sudden now, the UN pretty much backed off on the whole deal of this country trying to go and do the same thing with Russia. You know, oh, well, if you're gay or bi, trans, you know, now you want to kill us here too in America. It ain't gonna happen. The UN's already declared sanctions against countries for killing gay people now. So, as the years keep going on, and I know this is a bit of a long-winded thing, be expected at some point in 2020 or in a few years after down the road, this won't be a U.S. country anymore. This won't be the United States of America. At the rate things are going, and we don't know what's going to happen. We could surrender to the UN, or we could still be the USA. Nobody knows until a few years after. But I think I said enough for today. I don't have to really reiterate anything. Just the fact that trying to get a message out there, you know, stop this hate, stop this bullshit you guys are doing, because you're just going to make it worse. And that's pretty much it on my end. You know, but we all have to deal with it day in, day out. And, well, this is Layla saying goodbye, and, Feel free to like, subscribe, or even leave a comment. But for now, I have to get going. Bye.